Good evening, everyone. Yes, it's like 9:30 at night, and I'm back. I'm back at home. I made it home in my studio, and I am back in my dining room, kitchen area to do my rebounding. Looks like I got a little sun from yesterday. We were at the pool, and I am showcasing the one purchase that I made, this long sleeve, very thin sweatshirt, t-shirt. I feel cold right now, so I put it on, but I like it because it's so soft. And the name of this is just a Texas shirt on maroon, but it's the color of my college. And the name of my college is Texas A&M, which stands for Agricultural Mechanics. But this shirt is not related to that. It just happens to be the one I picked was the color of my school so that it could kind of be used on game day when I want to represent my school. So, how are y'all doing, y'all? Okay, so it's later than normal because we traveled today. I had to drive. We drove 4 hours home. And let's see, my schedule's all off with the rebounding, but I did activity and movement every single day. And today is the final 5-minute booster before we go to bed. And I'm just going to record it. I did 10 minutes today of rebounding when I got home, and I'm now doing the 5-minute booster. And I'm going to tell y'all about the exciting things that happened on my little weekend away. We were glamping. You know what that is? Have y'all heard of that? Where you kind of camp, but you've got like nice facilities to do it in. So we were like in this 2-story double-decker RV that my friend rented. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Okay, so you know what's weird is my Alexa in here is not working. And the Alexa in my office, which is down the hall, is picking up my loud voice. And so the buzzer is happening way down on the other side of the house. So anywho, okay, so yes, I did my activity every day over the last 3 days. It wasn't hard. I did activity before I left on Friday, my rebounding. I did my rebounding movement in the pool, even though it was like a pool with a bunch of adults. I just kind of got off to, it was an infinity pool, so I kind of got off to the infinity part where the water goes over, and I faced the nature, the countryside, and I just did my bouncing. I did it for like maybe 20 minutes. I did it in longer than, because I was in water instead of, outside of water. So anywho, okay, so one of the things that I wanted to share with y'all about the weekend, I always like seeing nature, and I haven't been out in the country very often since I started to study understanding snakes, okay? So now I don't freak out when I see snakes anymore. I used to freak out and scream and ask for somebody to come kill a snake because I was so scared. But after I did that in 2020, I had a big yellow-bellied water snake in my backyard, and I thought my dog was going to be hurt by it because I didn't understand what kind of snake it was. Then I decided to join the Facebook group that help you identify the snakes. And so I'm hot now. I thought I was cold, but now I'm hot. So I've learned over the last 4 years I've been seeing lots of snakes, identifying them, and figuring out what they are so I don't freak out. Okay, so Joy and I were sitting in the grass. I had come home from, I think, the pool, and so I wanted to spend some time with her outside. And they had this weird, like, winter grass, and so it's kind of deep. Like, the grass was up here, but there was some depth underneath the grass and the roots that you couldn't see. So there was like crickets and stuff jumping around, and Joy was kind of poking her head in the grass, like something was under there, and I wasn't really thinking anything other than like a cricket. But the RV was on risers, like on cinder blocks, and so there was a big gap between the cement foundation and the RV, which you had to go up steps to get into, and like a yellow racer snake jumped out of the grass where Joy was and hopped up onto the foundation and slithered away underneath the RV. And I was like, I'm not even scared. I'm just glad it was going in the other direction. And although that did kind of alert me that maybe I'm laying in grass on top of snakes, I better get out of the grass, I just calmly walked myself and Joy out of the grass, like, okay, there's snakes in this grass, and that makes sense because they talk about snakes in the grass, you know, that's like a saying. And so that was the first snake I saw yesterday. And then today when we were driving home, we were on a 2-lane country road, one going that way and our lane going this way. So it was only 2 lanes. And a big ass Texas diamondback rattlesnake was crossing the road. Like, this sucker was 3 freaking feet long. It was huge, and it was fat and well fed. And I was like, oh my God. And my friend was driving. I was like, oh my God, that's a snake. Like, we're about to drive over it because it was on our lane and it was in the middle. And so she just kept her hands straight because there was another car coming. She kept her hands straight. Like, if we're running over this guy, it's his fault for crossing the road while we were driving by. So we didn't hit it. We bypassed hitting it. So it was safe. But oh my God, it was like 3 feet long, y'all. The snake was so long that it basically almost covered like the whole lane that we were driving in. That's how, I mean, and of course that's probably 5 feet, but the huge rattlesnake, I mean, fat rattlesnake, big one. And I was so excited because that's about as close as I want to see one is it while I'm in the car and it's going by. So that was fun. And then I was like, we haven't seen any deer, which was kind of weird. And so I ended up seeing a little deer, a baby, like a small young deer, and a baby. So it wasn't like a big mama, but it was a baby mama, basically. And then a little fawn was with it. It was so cute. But I was a little nervous because it was supposed to cross like a 2-lane highway. So I was hoping it was going to be safe from the highway traffic. Okay, my buzzer's going off. I got to yell at it. Alexa, stop. Okay. Okay, the timer, 5-minute timer stopped. Okay. I want to tell y'all some stuff about the exercise in the trip, okay? So hold on. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna carry y'all. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just come bring y'all here. I wanted to tell y'all about a couple things I noticed. Whoops, hold on. I'm gonna sit on sit on the rebounder. All right, let me pop it down. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right, so I want to tell you some things I noticed about my new stronger legs since I've been doing this. This is day 218 of rebounding, okay? So, when you go out of town, how, when you get out of your routine, you feel your body differently. So we did a lot of walking. So my legs are sore from a lot of extra walking that I don't normally do in my town. And the other thing that was unusual about being away from home is the RV had lots of stairs. So you went up the stairs to get in the RV, the sliding glass door. But then once you were inside of the RV, even on the first floor, to get to the bathroom, you had to go down a step and then to the floor. So there was always a two-step to get in the bathroom, to get out of the bathroom. This was not wheelchair friendly at all. And it wouldn't have even been like my mom would have had a difficult time if she would have, traveled with me to a situation like this, because she didn't do, come here, Joy, what's going on? Come here. Come here, what's going on? Why are you sticking your head in the door frame? Come here, come here. She's got something going on. So basically, then my friend gave me the master bedroom. And so to get to the master bedroom, you had to go step down onto the first step and then step again down to the floor. And so I have to tell y'all that if this is the first time I've traveled since I started my strengthening of my muscles and my calf muscles and my leg muscles for the last 216 days. And I can tell you that if I hadn't had been working those body parts, like my stabilizer muscles and my ankles, and going up and down these kind of weird steps would not have been as easy. My body was more fluid and more mobile. And my friend, my friend's sister had her own RV there that we would go visit her site from our RV. We just rented the space. It was already there. We just arrived. It was like a hotel, like an Airbnb rental. But my friend her sister drove her RV from 4 hours away. And so we went over, it was like a Mercedes Sprinter van type thing, but a lot much larger. It was a bigger one. And so I went inside that van to check it out, to just see it. And you had to go up these 3 weird steps, but thank God they had the big handrail so you could hold on to a handrail and kind of pull yourself up into the RV. And so I definitely needed to use that. And in the past, I just know my legs. And in the past, going down out of these 3 steps out of the RV would have been a lot more difficult, because my knees and my legs, not only are the muscles bendy and flexible more since I started rebounding, but they feel even more kind of fluid, where they just don't feel brittle. I don't know if when your legs feel stiff and they don't feel like they move the way they used to when you're older. Definitely felt like the rebounding had prepared me for a better experience, because when you start moving your legs have to move with the movement of the going down the steps. And so each knee, one knee, left knee, right ankles, left ankle, all felt very strong and capable of doing that without any challenge. And so I want to tell y'all that if I had done this a year ago, it would not have felt the same way. And I'm sharing this personal experience, because I know there's probably people out there who watch my channel, who are like me, who are bigger and, like me, maybe haven't, like I hadn't, exercised in a long time. And I want to encourage, this conversation is to encourage you to just do the simplistic. Like if you have a hard time getting on the rebounder and bouncing, at least start with sitting in a chair like I do, that bar stool. Get a bar stool or get a chair and just start pumping your legs from the bottom, even if you're not standing up. Hello. Even if you're not standing up, just start moving. Because y'all, I've said this before and I'm going to share it again because I know new people are always listening to the channel. If you're not, I'm 55. If you're not using it, you're going to lose the ability to use it. And it's so true, because I wasn't challenging my muscles. I wasn't challenging my ankles. I wasn't challenging my knees. I wasn't challenging the muscles around the legs. And so the legs would just be more stiff and wouldn't move as fluidly. And when I wasn't traveling very much, I wasn't challenging my body outside of my current environment at my home. But when you go and you travel to new places, you put yourself in situations where you have to manage and navigate outside of your comfort zone. And so there were a couple things that were uncomfortable and that were outside my comfort zone. One of them was in an RV. Oh my God, I'm going to tell you all this. In an RV, it's like a manufactured shower. And so even though it was considered a full shower, it was a manufactured shower where they just plugged it in. And so it had like plastic, fiberglass plastic for the flooring. And if I stood my big heavy body, like where the drain was, I could hear like, it was like, strained. The plastic and the fiberglass it was less supported there by the drain. And so I kind of made sure that I kept my feet in the shower kind of on the stabler parts of the shower. And so I'm just telling y'all this because when you travel and you're larger, you have these considerations that you need to think of. I came back and felt more motivated to continue my journey of strengthening my body, continuing to bounce, to see what the next 300 days is going to do for me, as far as strengthen my body and create lean muscle mass and give me, the ability to continue to utilize the foods and the sugars and stuff that I do eat better, my body using stuff better. So I just wanted y'all to know that I feel motivated. I feel encouraged to continue on after doing this journey, this little outing this weekend. And my friend and I were talking about like finding another place to go, because I have a credit with a company that during COVID, they didn't give me a refund for COVID. And so they said, well, we'll let you use it. And so I have to use it. I have to spend it. They're not going to give me a refund for the deposit that I made when I was supposed to go to a wedding. I had an Airbnb scenario. And so the Airbnb company, it's called Evolve Vacation Rentals. They rent houses and stuff for people. And I've got to find a place to go to use it. So I told my friend we would pick a place in a weekend. So I might go somewhere like in 20 days again, which just to get that done and taken care of. But the good news is that by going out and challenging myself in new environments, it caused me to have a new sense of appreciation for the work that I have done so far, and also to keep me motivated to continue going forward and continuing to get my body stronger, especially if you're going to be traveling overseas to Europe and stuff. I mean, there are way different conditions over there. I remember in Italy, this one place, you had to, it was a Turkish restroom where you had to like squat over a hole in the ground. I mean, that's hard to do when your legs are not strong. And if you're heavy, that's real hard to do. So, I gotta get healthy if I'm gonna plan on actually traveling overseas. So I'm motivated. I'm continuing on for the next, whatever days. So 100, this is 217. So like, 140 something days left in the year. That's gonna go by fast, and I'm gonna get my 360 days in a row of moving my body more in 2024. I'm gonna get that knocked out and get it done. So I hope y'all all have a great week. I will be on tomorrow doing my 5-minute booster. And I just wanted to give y'all an update on the rattlesnake and the, I think it was like a racer, the snake that had the yellow line down its back. I have to go Google that and see what kind of snake that was that came up out of the grass where I was sitting. And I didn't panic. I didn't freak out, which was really good because I would have normally freaked out. So anyway, it's summertime. We're going to be having fun in the sun and more pool time and doing more things outdoors. So I look forward to continuing to build this muscle. Look at that muscle. It's getting better. And this is shrinking right here. I can tell it's shrinking. I also have skin. I have skin hanging right there, so I can tell that it's changing. Gonna get fit this summer. Okay, guys? All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodnight. My schedule is all messed up. I did not have good sleep last night, so hopefully we can get all that worked out tonight. All right? See y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks, everybody. See you later.